Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to Mr. M Trades on Momentum Trades server, Sunday Market Prep, the call where we go over our usual weekly analysis, look what the week ahead is have in store for us. We take a look at key economic events. We'll take a look at some earnings, existing swings, momentum plays that we should be watching for tomorrow morning in the pre-market, and potential swings that are developing that we should be aware of for the next week. Yep, it's July the 2nd, 2023, and yeah, let's kick it off. So hope everyone's having a good weekend. As usual, we go over the major indexes. So let's take a look at SPY, what we have here happening. As we can see, SPY finally closed above this zone that we've indicated like several weeks ago. That is a bullish indication for potential move higher. So the next move we need here above 430, and the next level that I anticipate we're going to see here when we can get above that level is 446.70, 449.80. So if you look at the call, if you look at the SPY, then you might want to consider calls above that key level of 430. Qs still looking also looking solid. We've got a nice breakout here above this key pivot level, and it closed quite close to the top of the range, which is a good and positive sign, bullish overall. So I see the next resistance here, it's 372.85. So Qs can work above 370.50 for nice $2 move here, if that's what you want to do. We still have got this key pivot level to watch out for, and that's where we need to get above here in order to continue. But overall, looking pretty strong. Okay, let's look at the key economic data happening next week. We've got on Wednesday, we've got FOMC minutes. So I reckon that, Wednesday is going to be pretty quiet to begin with until we get some minutes out of the way. Other than that, it looks like a pretty quiet week from the economic data reports up until we get to Friday, where we have non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate announcements. The forecast is that the unemployment rate is going to stay flat at 3.7, which is the forecast, and yeah, consensus is that it's going to stay there compared to the last report, which was also at 3.7. Yeah, and non-farm payrolls to increase, to decrease and down to 250. Sort of forecast consensus here, we've got a 225. So I think briefly we need to pause on Wednesday for the FOMC, and then we've got a Friday. So 2 days we need to be watching for. I think we're going to have some following week. We're going to have the bigger week, but we're going to cover that next week, hopefully, during the call then, because we've got an inflation rate and core inflation and PPI as well. So so that's going to be week after next. That's going to be more concern for us to watch for and probably use caution. So let's go back to what we've got here in terms of the earnings report. We've got a pretty quiet week, I'd say. Not much happening here from on the first 3 days, and even after that, we only have a couple of companies here reporting, which I don't see any significance here as well. So that's all good. All right. So first point of order, what I want to go through is potential momentum plays that we should be watching for tomorrow in the pre-market. We had some fabulous runners in the last weekend alerted to our members. And if you want to take advantage of, and be a part of our community, make sure to visit discord.gg/Mr. M Trades. Link is in the description. And see what we are all about. We support our members on a daily basis, and just try to take opportunities or find opportunities in the stock market on a daily basis. Got some great stocks and option analysts, and extensive educational section as well. So let's look at some potential runners that we should be aware of. The first one that I want to take a look at is SQZ. We have split coming up here on Friday, the 7th of July, but after hours, we saw pretty big spike here in terms of the price action. So it went, all the way up, probably like 70% up. So SQZ is the first play that I would be putting on my watch list. Let's look at the volume. Yeah, not a huge volume, to be honest, only 56,000, sorry, 600,000 actually, sorry. Yeah, so that's 600,000 shares traded after hours compared to 55,000 shares. So that's the 10 times relative volume. So I think, yeah, this one definitely should be on watch for tomorrow in the pre-market. Like I said, we've got a stock split on Friday, so make sure to be wary of that. But there's possible continuation here above 47.50 level, and I'll post that. In the watch list channel. Okay, so SQZ had moved 70% after market and after hours. Need to see move above this to 41.50 pivot. And then 47.50 break. Okay. Okay, what's next here? Let's take a look. CMRN, let's take a look at that one. Okay, I want to see the news on that. Okay, so CMRA, that's also going to be on watch for tomorrow morning here. From the news that I'm seeing, we can see that we go here. Is the prospective response complete without any? Yeah, they also have warrants, so okay. So we've got a notice of the listing. So okay, that's a lower probability trade. So I'm going to stay out of this one for now. GBNH. Let's take a look at that one. Yeah, not not seeing much here. AGLE, right? Okay, AGLE. That was one of our plays, I think, from earlier this week, and I think we're seeing here some reversals. So I think AGLE might actually be good play to. Okay. So AGLE had a move here after hours around 33%. The daily looking also good. So looking for would like to see rebreaking above 57.30. There we go. Let's include two charts here. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I've got in terms of the momentum that we can watch for tomorrow pre-market open. So with that being said, just gonna go jump into some recent swings that we've entered to see how they performing. FTI, nice here progress in terms of sort of breakout new daily highs. So I'm happy with the FTI. SVV, this is one that I was watching because we've got sort of recent IPO that opened up here at 25 opening price, but then it pulled back and kind of putting in the base if you look at from here. So we like to see those bases forming. That was good, right? So we've got this nice cup here. So I think in terms of the sort of swing potential, that's looking pretty solid here. I'd like to see this moving here above 24.5 level in order to come back and test the IPO price. Above that, we will have the U breakout of the IPO. That's pretty solid. Okay. So swing watch, we'll get a SVV. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at free swing. Pretty good here. Head forward 13. Just pull back slightly, but still within range, so that's okay. UAL, so travel stocks, they've rallied. ULA had a pullback here, but it's sort of regaining that loss, so that's still solid. Lucid swing, it's doing pretty well. We've entered here on that breakout from that trend line resistance, and we're nicely up here, hitting 720, and continue making new daily highs. So that's still looking good. BNB swing, still pretty much solid. Like I said, we also had a pullback, but now back in our range here. So pretty good. Netflix. Yeah, Netflix has been pushing. We entered here on that move at 432, and we almost hit our 445 target. So looking for continuation there as well. And Tesla, yeah, Tesla we also entered nicely here, and kind of got a bit of a flag here forming. So that's also looking good. And now someone was asking about the AI. Yeah, we've entered AI on that breakout over here around 35.50, and we're still progressing here. So so that's still looking good here. I'd like to see more volume coming in. PCAR, yeah, had nice highs here from that breakout around here where we've entered, hitting new highs of 85. That's pretty strong as well. Finally, on, that's also still sort of progressing nicely here, waiting for the next target to be hit. And hubs, yeah, hubs that was posted on Friday. Very, solidly looking chart here. Got this nice flag, or pennant if you like. And we're finally sort of starting to move out of this consolidation on volume. That's why it was alerted here. And yeah, looking really good. And Apple finally starting, making a move here, hitting 194. I think, this is our midterm to long-term play. We are already in that, but it's finally making a move and, a new highs as well. So some really good swing development, if you like. So I'm pleased with that as well. Laser. Yeah, laser's still in a downtrend, I'm afraid. Pretty much ranging, trying to get above that 200-day line, which is just got rejected. So can see nice volume increase here, but I would like to see this reconfirming here and moving past Friday's highs in order to continue. But yeah, but like I said, like this to me looks like quite a bit of resistance or congestion, I'd call it that way. So we may get some, resistance level around here as well. We see that channel sort of developing. Or the other alternative would be that it will be just sort of continuing here. We might end up over there. So I'm not sure if there's any news, but volume looks encouraging. So we need to get above this let's call it 710 level, and then hold above that and get back into this channel to potentially come to the top of the channel here. All right. And then take a look at DDOG. that is our swing as well, coming out of this flag. It's got a super strong performance in terms of the growth delivery, in terms of EPS growth, as well as the sales growth. So that's still looking good. We just currently needed to move above this $100 resistance, as you can see here, to come up and test this 104.80. But like I said, nice cap and handle breakout if we can get above that. So that should perform pretty nicely as well. Okay, let's look at some other swings here. TDW. Okay, TDW breaking out here. Yeah, it's already above 5% above entry. So we may need to want to see pullback on that. It's just 1% above the buy point. So if we can get a slight pullback, but the volume here is just really good, and it's breaking out of this consolidation. So we may have a nice run in the TDW. So I'm going to put that on watch. It's got a huge projected growth for 23 and 24. So this might be pretty good in terms of the midterm play. Okay. Oh, what's next? On the revisit CMG, I posted it in the chat, but this is CMG is now looking here very strong. It's got a it's a more expensive ticker, but last time we caught it, it was around 1,700, and it ran well $430 from the alert that was sent. So as you can see, we had this several weeks of consolidation here, right? And we've got a flat base, and now we finally, sort of moving and breaking out. So now the RS score has increased to 93. Earnings, as strong as they were December. So again, most recent quarter also outperform. The projected growth for next year is around 21%. So I really like Chipotle here as well. So breaking out here above 21.40. So can we expect here? We got a 255. Let's call it 2,500 would be the target on this one, on this entry. Okay, another one I want to take a look at is ATI. Yeah, might be a bit extended here. This is stage 3 breakout. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at CBAY. Oh wow. Okay, we wanna this, I'd rather say it'd be more of a momentum type play, because look at that price action here. It just went up like 40% straight here. But with this level of volume, this can see some continuation here. So I'd like to see it breaking above that recent high of 1140. Okay, look at MRAM. Yeah, that's a cap and handle breakout here. So might see, yeah, move to 11 round here in terms of the price target. So definitely want to put that on watch. Yeah, looking for bounce here, and then we're going to watch for VWAP and for move to test to the highs. So yeah, from here to there, we've got another around 20% move, which is what we would expect from the short swing. Okay, I'm going to take a look at it one more, and get any questions, put them in the chat. AVDL. Yeah, AVDL is still here at the buy zone. Got a RS rating of 99 and breakout from consolidation. So looking for move towards to around around 19 level. All right. Well, I think we've got enough here in our watch list to keep us busy to the coming week. I think obviously we're going to take a look at other stocks throughout the week. But for now, I think we are pretty good and solid. What I would say is go watch out for the momentum watch section in the server, where we'll be posting our weekly watch report, and that you can go through and read additional information with regards to a more detailed analysis for the upcoming week. And the final one, Francisco just posted, QCOM. Yeah, it's not my type of setup, Francisco. I know you do options, but just from the technicals, well, I'll take a look at the fundamentals here as well. But from the technical perspective, as you can see here, we've got this long-term trend line resistance that we sort of had sort of bounced off multiple times. So we essentially got two areas here that we need to beat, right? But it's getting tighter. As you can see here, we've got this descending wedge forming, right? But we've got this two key areas of resistance, one being the 200-day line, this thick white line, right? Because since that move back here to the downside, you can see we continued. The first time we got rejected around here, right? 200-day line. And then we pulled back even more, made new lows. And then we had, we attempted here, we broke out, but then we got rejected here at this long-term trend line. And then this sort of, again, happened. Here we were pushing up and then got rejected here again at the 200-day line. So I think, yeah, in terms of from that standpoint, it's definitely interesting place where we are, because we rejected, moved back, tested that area of demand, right? Got got picked up, so we had a double bottom here, and now we pushed above the 200-day line, but yet stopped and rejected with the long-term trend line resistance, and now we're the key point, I guess, decision time, whether we're going to get, we had a one minor rejection here at the 200-day line, as you can see, pull back, and now we're trying to re-break that one. So here's this potential scenario of what can happen, right? What can happen here is we're going to go retest. So we need to break above that $120 mark in order to go and, test that long-term trend line resistance here around let's call it 122.50. And only if we break that, that's going to be significant spot really to position ourselves in, because it's going to be first time in almost, blimey, I was since January 22, so almost a year and a half that we'll be going above that trend line resistance. But sort of, as I trade confirmation, so where I would want to see it moving above, the proper buy point here would be probably, first add 125.50 and then add above 128. And I feel that's, that's how I see this playing out. So I guess that's pretty much it. I think it's market looking pretty good. We've got some exciting stuff forming here. I think there's actually one more company that I wanted to look at, and it's called Pentair. They had pretty strong growth in terms of, and they are in producer and manufacturing section. They are now moving here pretty strongly. We've been in it since 54, I think, since that move here. And they just keep riding, but they got a very strong performance in terms of reporting EPS growth and sales. So that's the one I'm also going to be watching. But for now, I think we're pretty well covered. So I'll open up the floor to any questions, and if there aren't any, I'm just going to close it off. Anyone? All right then. Great. Well, thanks very much for coming in, and I'll catch you all back in the chat, and I'll yeah, let's have a great week. As usual, we're going to bring you some fire plays and analysts, doing what they do the best and keeping us busy and profitable. So have a great evening, everyone, and then yeah, I'll see you in the chat tomorrow morning with our daily watch list. Take care, everyone. Bye.